Welcome back to my channel, Leo. Much love and thanks out to my existing subscribers, and welcome to all those that are new to my channel. Always appreciate your support and your time. So, quick reminder, these are general readings, can't speak to all. You're all at different stages in your life, so please allow flexibility on time frames. So, how I've done this reading is the first section will go through some general energies, and at the end it'll follow up with the career, money, finance. So it'll be the Rider-Waite deck that's more specific to the career, money, finance. So first, starting out energy is the door to spirit. So it feels like for this month, in April, that you're going to have to speak up for yourself, because I feel like a lot of the energies that were kind of repeating throughout, was that you are going to be in a bit of a withdrawal mode in that initial first week or so anyway. But door to spirit leads, as I said, for the month of April in your general energy. So, from the Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor, Spirit is helping you to balance and to see where your strengths are this month. So, again, while the beginning of April, I feel you're going to be experiencing some kind of end or a loss or a turmoil in your overall surroundings. This could speak to, for some of you, a job loss or a loss of a business, or a partnership or something that is struggling, but there is definitely some sense of conflict. And there is definitely an ending, however, of some sort. So whatever it is that's wrapping up here is going to be done and dealt with in the beginning of April, so that everything starts to open up for you as the weeks progress for April. So again, initially you're going to be experiencing some kind of an end or a loss or some conflict in that beginning week. But ultimately, I feel that you're regaining some balance over the course of the month if you're patient. And, Temperance card did come out as some of the clarifiers here. So I do feel it is going to require you to take some time, to do some inner work and reflect as well. But we also have that storm warning. So I will mention in the Rider-Waite deck, further out in around your finances, is this very same energy. So I do feel that it is more specific to, as I say, a partnership that might be revolving around your finances, but there's definitely some aspect that is more specific to your finances, and your stability. Because with that storm warning card, we also have the card of the Two of Pentacles. So for sure, I feel that there is some relevancy here to you trying to balance out the month. With that Two of Pentacles, there's a bit of a juggling act here. So I don't know if this is because the loss. I don't know that the loss is really. I think it's more of an emotional disappointment than it is an actual uh, complete loss of your stability. I don't feel it's along that line. It feels like you're really let down by something that did impact your finances, however. But again, with that Two of Pentacles energy, I mean, for sure, I feel that, money is still going to be coming through for you here in the month of April, or at least there is some beginning stages, of that there's building blocks there that you'll see toward the end of the month that are opening up for you. But you are definitely concerned about your financial issues and how you're holding up. And some of you might be holding down, more than one job, or juggling a lot more, a lot of other resources to be able to keep things, going here in that beginning week. So you just have to, because I feel that there's going to be a choice that's coming up here as well, but there will be better times ahead. So whatever you're struggling with right now financially is going to take on a better form. You just have to be patient here, with the Temperance card. So it was a bit of a waiting game, but that victory is coming through here with the Six of Wands. There is a lot of energy I did feel that was around. Again, these were duplicate energies here with the victory in the Rider-Waite deck further out with your finances. So it's definitely, to me, speaking to your finances. There is a victory here, so for sure you're gaining something. So either it's an opportunity that's coming your way here this month, or there's some sense that you are going to be in some kind of celebratory mood, but it's going to have to, it'll be further out in the month, because here you're still all tied up. And there was also a repeat card with the Eight of Swords in the Rider-Waite deck. So, as I say, I see the all tied up. I see the Eight of Swords further out with the Rider-Waite deck and around your finances. And I do feel that there's some kind of control issue that's going on here. So even though we do have, again, these are a lot of repeat cards here, even though we do have the Emperor and the Star, there's definitely somebody who is trying to over control a situation that's very, possibly demanding. But these are clarifiers, again, for the card of hostilities and all tied up. They're in around that energy. So I feel that you really do have someone who is trying to over control a situation, and you're trying to be optimistic here, but for some of you it might be that you just need to take back control over your life and really plunge forward here, because there is an energy of that as well. But there's also a lot of energy around jointly working together with people in this area, in around your finances. There's some, give and take, some energy with that Six of Pentacles. But as I said, there's still a lot of hostilities that are coming through here. So again, Door to Spirit, is helping you to balance and really wants you to see your strengths this month. You definitely are trying to regain balance with that Two of Pentacles, maybe stretching yourself thin with the resources and trying to find different ways to manage, or, bring in some other resource. But there is going to be help, that something's coming your way in the realm of having a victory or achieving something that will ultimately be, having you feel like that you want to celebrate. So at some point, again, in the early weeks of April, where you're feeling restricted, you're stuck, there's hostilities. This could be on the home front, this could be on the work front, but you're trying to step back, retreat. You're feeling tense. There's a lot of pensive energy here with the Four of Pentacles. There's just a lot of feeling of over control and restriction all around here for this probably into that first couple of weeks. But there will be justice. There is going to be balance. For sure, there was some Aries energy, Aquarius, Libra, that's kind of coming through here that you might be dealing with as well. But as I said, at some point in the early weeks of April, you may be feeling this restriction or stuck, impeded in some way, possibly your own negative thoughts getting in there too with that Four of Swords. But you're definitely pulling back, and there's definitely some kind of issue around control, whether that's stemming from yourself and your own thoughts and, how you feel you need to operate right now, or somebody else. I feel for a lot of you that's coming in and is dominating a situation. But overall, as I said, I just feel like there is maybe a dominant person here that's exacerbating the feeling for you in those first weeks, and that's really caused you to pull back. So I feel that you're going to gain back your footing, and you're going to see that you are gaining some kind of leverage in regards to this person. Again, could represent an Aries, Aquarius, Libra energy, but I feel there could be some give and take for those, they're dealing more directly with someone who is highly controlling. I feel that there is going to be something that opens up there, some kind of agreement, or you're going to be working together again so that the situation somehow gets resolved. But I feel that there will be, as I say, give and take, and there's some kind of consensus that you're arriving at. The Magician in the Mirror is also pulling together all of your passions and your personal power, lining up your values, and really putting action behind something for April. So for those of you that are trying to get a project off the ground, this is that time of manifestation. This is where you're really starting to come into your personal power. And certainly, for a lot of you, that personal power and coming into that space is, because you've suffered some losses and you needed to kind of open up, get your ego out of the way, and really, allow for the divine to come through and aid you at this time. So, I feel that you are in a place of reclaiming your power. You're making some solid, logical decisions, and you're starting to direct your life in a way that embraces your intentions. So we also have, this is the Divine Oracle deck, and this one is by Sonia Choquette, I believe. Sorry if I mispronounced that. but it's the Divine Energy Oracle deck, and I really like this deck too. It's kind of simple and just, tells it like it is. But anyway, the Divine Energy here is wanting you to take the lead. So it's wanting you to get back into that confident place, lead from, a sense of power. Don't wait for approval. Notice your own talents, your own skill level, and then just whatever it is that you enjoy to do, put some energy into this direction. So, and again, there's some repeats on some of these cards here, because not only do we have take the lead, but we also have speak up. So again, speak up, be authentic, build your bridges in ways that build relationships, remove ego from the equation, and just allow your feelings to provide insight and information rather than an overall defensive response, especially in that beginning time frame of April. So, there's how you show up in the world and there's how you actually are. But for the month of April, you're being asked to lead from your true identity this month. So it'll help you to forge those stronger alliances. It'll help you to, build on the foundational elements that are still remaining there. So for whatever losses you've taken, you still have some really strong areas to build from. So you're being called to avoid indecision, procrastination, especially with this next card of, the next card of being decisive. So, you're being called to, again, don't be decisive. Don't procrastinate. Stop second guessing yourself, especially with that self-sabotaging energy, the Eight of Swords, that will come up here later. There's a lot of defensive energy that's around that first couple of weeks here, but just make a positive, committed choice from your heart space, and then you'll see that things will start to open up to you. And they really are going to be moving in your favor here toward the end of the month. So be of service, stay grounded, give of your time and your energy. It is just going to open things up for you and help you to grow your strategy and implement some ideas and rebuild in a direction that has more meaning for you. So things will be opening up very soon. You just need to keep connecting with people and staying connected, to your network. And in the business sense as well this month, just to establish yourself once again and make the utmost impact. So I should mention that's sort of the back of those cards there too. So next card's out. This is the Universe, and just wanted to show you their really pretty deck too that I have. It's a new one. So Cosmic Journal Oracle is by Yannick Silver, and it's asking you, to take a look at how the universe actually sees you instead of just how you see yourself in a limited way, because you're on the precipice of something here that's about to, implement some kind of new change. It's not like a complete reset. It's really more of building on what your existing structures are and taking real strong action in the month of April. That's what's required here. So you just have to dive right in and trust the process here. That you're going in the right direction, because you're not going cold. You're actually going with something that was already in existence, some skill level and checkpoints, things that you already have mastered. Where you're at that point now where you're taking stock of your skills, you're doing the life review, and many things that you have learned and built on. You're looking back on those lessons. And from that perspective, you're not actually starting over. You're going back to nurture what remains. You're cultivating the skills and the things that you've already built and those networks that served you in the past. Even though you may have lost some, the important ones are still there. There's still a structure for you to work from. And whatever goodwill that you extended, just know that it may interplay at some point and that you can rely on it for this month. So again, for some of you, there may be some great loss, that you've taken in the month here of April, or very close to the month of April, but the residual energies are still playing out in April. So it's not that all is actually lost. You have enough smaller foundational elements that are strong that you can actually build what is small into something greater again. So it won't be the same. It will look different because it is different, but you still have the same foundational components that you've mastered to be able to build faster. So, just as many of us tie our identity to our careers and our employment status in the world, this may be or may have been a bit of an ego shattering event for some of you. But for whatever change occurred here, just know that you're going to quickly recover because you already have those foundational elements. So wherever you extended yourself into the world and wherever you're continuing to extend yourself, you are going to get help back from these areas. So again, this is all sort of part and parcel of the phoenix rises into the joyful abundance. So again, I don't feel that many of you are in that place where you're starting completely fresh. I feel that you really have, worked on yourself enough that you have developed some skills and skill set and networking, and you really have a lot of things that are still available to you to build with. So just consider this time, your research and development stage, because we're operating in a new world. And because so many of us are experiencing, um, the same level of change and re-identification with what's around us, we need to change in kind, I suppose is the best way to put it. So this is really you putting yourself back into that research R&D stage, and finding ways to build on what the new world looks like, and use that in conjunction with what's important to you. And that's why we've got you are at the Y point, because at the Y point, this is where a decision is needing to be made. The question really is, what is your biggest why? This is the direction that you need to consider at this time. There's a definite decision that you will be needing to make in the month of April, likely in the first 2 weeks here. There is no real wrong choice because it's based on what your greatest need is at this time. So if you follow your heart path, and you'll have, more drive to get there if you are doing it from a value-based place and not one of desperation and what makes most sense. You can still, follow a practical heart path, because a lot of the things that you really enjoy to do, when you connect them together, they really do, kind of build on the same foundation, but from different angles. So just know that, your why question is important before you choose. So why do you need to choose one route over another? And again, just go within, to search for that personal truth to make your decision. Look at what areas of your life pull or tug at you most strongly. Are there symbols externally around you that you're more strongly resonating with or connected to, that really relate around a particular area of your life? And that will tell you that there's there's a desire to build or focus more on that area. So, if you're constantly, seeing, um, pictures of family and those kinds of things, or magazines or books or things that are, something along that line that's drawing you more, then that's what you need to try to build something that, maybe orients around family, or making family better, or making families more connected, or whatever it is. If there's a product that you're putting out into the world, what would make a family, come together in the kitchen, or whatever it is for you. So if you were to see yourself basically with unlimited potential, how the universe sees you, what would you be doing right now? Another way of looking at it is, if you were to draw a pyramid with that goal at the top, like once you've established what that is for you, what smaller steps would amount to accomplish that goal? So the other cards are all in support of that as well. This is where you're closing your eyes, to open your heart. This is where you're really retreating for a moment, taking a look at what your skill base is, life review, finding out what it is that is your personal why, and really finding a position or a career or some kind of employment that you feel allows your true identity to come through. So blooming where you're planted, for sure, know that you have enough to get started and operate with what you're going to ultimately choose to do. Where you can make the most impact, the biggest impact in your world and in the world this month, from, the scale of your goals. So writing down a list of your goals, where can you make the most impact, put it on the top of the pyramid, and then break it down into smaller steps to find a way to have that, um, have that build into something, like create actions behind it. So, because the action is the energy. Okay, so this is the financial aspect here, and career, money, finance. So again, first week out looks like you've suffered again some kind of a job loss or an opportunity, or that you're still dealing with the energies of something residual from the previous month, something along that line, because you do have the Two of Wands. We do have, actually, these were a little out of order because the Three of Swords came up with the clarifier of the Two of Wands. So some kind of a decision to make, some kind of conflict that was starting out here. But again, there's going to be some kind of a change that is requiring you to make a decision. Because again, that's followed up by the 10. So you finished up some kind of cycle. Something is finished here. There was definitely some conflict, maybe harsh words around it as well. A lot of defensive energy, but it's still energy that's coming through here for the month of April, especially with the 9. So again, you know, 9s and 10s very close in tandem to finishing up a cycle, learning a lesson, being able to, you know, move on. So long as you take with you that lesson, you're going to be able to have something expand further for you. So, you know, you're going through some kind of a change, and again, requiring you to make a decision. There's quite a few swords in this reading, so I suspect that this was not something of a surprise. I feel that, you know, there was some tension that was brewing maybe for some time that kind of led up to this, because there's a lot of back and forth sort of energy around feelings of lack and emptiness and so on. But for sure, I mean, threes, there's a few of those in the reading here too, with Three of Cups, Three of Wands. So definitely a time of creativity and really starting to build some momentum here. Time of expansion, but for sure there is some cards here with the Temperance as well as the Three of Wands, allowing you to, you know, step back, because it is a time of you know, in that first couple of weeks, I suspect, where you're just going to have to be patient. You're going to have to wait for something to manifest, to show up here, because you do have a Magician card that also comes out further here. So again, you know, a lot of back and forth energy around feelings of lack and emptiness. And again, there may have been some solid clues, because there usually is when there's some kind of inevitable job loss or change or end to a career or end to a business or a partnership. There's usually clues along the way. It's never really just thrust upon you. But, you know, for whatever reason, maybe some of you were laid off again in relation to the pandemic issues. Whatever it was, there was some real uncertainty about whether your business could stay open here, or, you know, you just couldn't make a clear-cut decision at that time. But now it looks as though, you know, you will benefit from making this clear decision, you know, from looking at the other cards that are operating here. Again, there was the Eight of Swords. There's definitely a feeling that you're feeling a little, you know, tied up here, as the other card depicted, but you're really in a place where you're just not feeling as open to new possibilities. You're still really restricted. But again, there's the Two of Swords. So, you know, definitely some kind of a decision that's going to benefit you over the course of the month, but you just need to put your energy behind it and really make a clear-minded effort to look to the future. So I feel like a lot of you are really, again, really disappointed in something that didn't work out here in that first 2 weeks, because there is a lot of energy around dealing with something. Again, for some of you that are strong entrepreneurial types, you know, there's a lot of energy around you dealing with figures of authority here as well. So once you make this decision, definitely it'll be in your favor here with the optimistic card. So you're going to feel happy about whatever comes from just taking a leap of faith and jumping in here with the Fool, you know. But you definitely have, you know, a lot of fives here, so it's looks like it's affected more than one area of your life, but it definitely, you know, has made you feel as though you didn't really have a lot of control maybe over the turnout of the events. But again, more cards on repeat for celebration. So, and this could even speak to, I think, for a lot of you, where there is a new investor that's coming in, and that it does sound or does look to be a positive to bring in this third party situation, because we've got the King of Pentacles, we've got the Cups, and we also have clarifying the King of Cups is the Two of Cups, and it's all, you know, wrestled between the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Cups, and again the King of Pentacles. So with the with the energy of the Two of Cups in there, this could be a married couple or it could have been long-term business partners. But it looks as though there's a lot of strong entrepreneurial energy here, or a lot of people in a business situation that are operating together. So there's a lot of communication, I feel, with the swords that were coming through here. And I still feel like for those that are involved with an entrepreneurial type investment, that you're looking for investors. And I think that you found one, or you will be coming across one here in the month of April. For others, it could be just advice that you're getting from people that are in authority. They're really doing well, that have some money, that have some placement, and really secure positions in their life, and they're to be trusted, their advice. So, it just helps you to, they're a lot more involved in giving you some power moves, or giving you that advice, as I say, to help you to regain some balance financially after a period of restriction, lack of optimism, and hitting those roadblocks. But just overall, I feel like you might have felt like you were running out of some options here, but it's all opening up in that second week here. So by that second to third week here, you've got the King of Pentacles. It looks like you're committing to get through. You're really changing your mindset. You're using traditional, logical methods, real determination, ambition, as your mindset to get through these difficulties that you're facing. But I do feel that you are seeing things through here, and you're really being logical to move to this better situation. But there's also a lot of involvement from other people. So again, for some of you, I feel like there's a new investor that's coming in here, which is going to be a solid connection. And for some of you, there was a need for you to speak up in a situation, and maybe it was in a work dynamic where it was a, family business or something like that, but there was a need for you to speak up, and just be honest about what was happening here. I feel that, you know, you're finding some kind of resolve, if it is with a dynamic couple here in business. Even though there was defensive energy in the start of things and some conflict, it does look as though that's coming to an end here. So there's no more being stuck and not being heard, and communication is starting to open up here. But as I say, I feel like a really strong alliance, because we've got the two, we've got the King of Cups, and those were clarifying each other, and we have the King and the Queen of Pentacles. So definitely I feel this is more dynamic power couple kind of energy in business, or a new investor that's coming through there with the King of Cups. But we also have the Knight of Swords, and we've got the Four of Cups. So wherever you were feeling a sense of loss, you're actually getting some clarity coming through here, and you're able to take some action with the Queen of Wands. So as I say, I see a lot of happiness that opens up here at the end of the month for you, in terms of your finances. So you're really feeling good about whatever choice you've made. And once you make that choice, it's really going to expand your opportunities, because again, you've got a lot of happiness that's coming through here. You've got planting the seeds with the Seven of Pentacles, still a little bit of a weight energy on how it's, going to manifest or open up here for you. But you're feeling good about your choice once you expand your deal, with this investor, or with this, new position, or whatever it is that for you, that you're opening up something new for yourself anyway, even though there was some opposition initially. So you go from a place of waiting, to some kind of new enterprise here that's allowing you to really pull yourself up emotionally. I see a lot of happiness by month's end, and it's progressive from the Seven of Pentacles right to the Ten of Pentacles here. And we also have the Three of Pentacles. So for some of you, this is about you really relying on other people to, help you to rebuild. You could also be, finalizing your own growth by taking on some new courses, or developing a better skill set. But it's definitely somebody who's already in motion. You're not going cold with the learning. This is really something that's just going beyond what you already have, whatever your existing skills are. But it definitely leads you to the Ten of Cups. And again, we have tens on a couple of areas here. So financially and emotionally, it's really opening you up. You're ending on a cycle where it's progressive. Energies around those pentacles, from the 3 to the 7 to the 6, and the 10. And then, of course, we've got the Knight and the King and Queen of Pentacles. The Knight comes further out here, but you've got, again, the 10 and the 9 in both Pentacles here, as well as the 10 of Cups and the 9 of Cups. So I just feel like overall, you've made some really sound decision here. Your choice, was built on clarity. You made some wise, practical moves, and you got a real grounded decision that's paying off in a material sense for you. So I figure by month's end, something you're really happy about it, you already know about it, but you're going to be taking some action on it here too. You're going to start the process of taking the action on whatever it is here with the Queen of Wands, but I still feel like there's some kind of a collaborative energy here as well. It does feel like the money is, again, slow to come in, but it is definitely a really good investment because of the number of pentacles that were coming through here, but there's a lot of weight cards with it. So nothing is really moving yet in terms of the money coming through. I mean, for some of you, it could be that money is coming through someone else that's helping you out with that, because there was a Six of Pentacles energy in there as well. So maybe you are getting a little bit of help to help you out through the month. But for the majority of you, I feel this is really about money's coming to you at a slower rate. You've made some good moves. There's a collaboration that's required here. And definitely you're taking some action in the month. The Five of Pentacles, there was definitely a period where you're feeling like things were lacking, but I do feel that overall, the money's further out, but you will be seeing a return just at a slower rate. So it might be, incremental small amounts that are coming in here, but it's a good move. And it looks like, as I say, it's a shared responsibility or something along that line. And with that clarity of the King of Swords, and for sure, that's energy that's kind of opening you up to some new things here also. The Ace of Swords. I don't know why I say King of Swords, but with that Ace of Swords energy, this is about some of that new learning and getting a better understanding about where you are on the path. You're starting to see things now coming through. Things that you can express. You're ready to take on these new challenges, these new ideas. You've got more ambition here. I just feel like you've made some kind of a breakthrough here. And you're more direct, you're more focused, you're really after a victory here. There's opportunity, there's justice, it's all just around the corner. There's clear communication with this card. There's just a lot of really good things here that you can trust in. You're moving on the right path. So again, with that Six of Pentacles, it's money that's going to open up to you. So it's just a matter of time. You just have to keep putting in the work here. And again, for some of you, this might be money that's coming in. You're getting some help with shared resources. Somebody else is coming in on a collaborative front here that's going to be sharing their wealth, doesn't have to be money necessarily, but they could be sharing their wisdom, that kind of thing. But definitely a sense of seeking balance here, and you're getting that balance. You're getting some kind of mutual give and take. So there's no more dominance, submission kind of feel. I feel that there is more working together with that Six of Pentacles. So again, with that Knight of Pentacles here as well, you've got the shared responsibility for something coming through. You're getting out of that tough spot. So maybe somebody told you about a job or an idea or how to expand it, and helped you to get more insight around a situation or how to market your skills better, whatever that is for you. But I feel you have a stronger understanding on the money path and how things will be coming in for you for this month. And as I said, with the Knight of Pentacles, and there's so many Pentacles, this is definitely a really month of really good ideas that are all based around building your financial wealth for sure. And you definitely are taking the action this month with the Queen and Queen of Wands and that really strong authoritative energy there. But I just feel like you're getting out of your own way. You're stepping into this new pathway. You've got the full energy here. So again, I don't feel like this is an all new path exactly. I feel like you're using a lot of your own foundations, a lot of your old networks, a lot of your own, entrepreneurial skills, a lot of things that were still accessible to you, marketing your ideas, maybe still from a familiar framework, but you're tweaking it a little bit here is what looks to be happening. And you're starting to rebuild that structure. So you're going to see progress in the month of April. or again, some kind of an option that's looking promising here. But I feel you're really eager to get started and you're ready for the challenge. As I said, you're communicating better by month's end. You're able to let the other person know what your needs are, your requirements, to sort of build on the ideas. um, and again, with the tens showing up in the reading in cups and pentacles, I think that you're just getting rid of some old energy, stagnant way of living your life, and opening up to that new chapter here with that Fool energy that came just before the Knight of Pentacles. So you're really putting in the hard work with the Knight of Pentacles as well. It's doing things practically, logically, but it's a chance to um, start from your familiar base, but really move it in maybe a fresh direction. But you could also be dealing with, because we had the King of Pentacles, you could be dealing with a mature man, as I said before. And this could be somebody who's coming through with a loan. This could be the investor, but it does signify, it could be a bank or someone with assets that you're reaching out to. But this is someone with wise money moves, irregardless. And again, it could speak to a power couple that could be coming through to help you on that level as well. But for others in business, here with those King and Queen of Pentacles, that King of Cups between, the real strong bond, just to kind of recap things. I just feel that with that clarifier of the Two of Cups, I just feel there's a strong partnership here. And again, for a lot of entrepreneurs, it's more about an investor energy coming through. With the Ace of Swords, I feel that you're getting a way clear here for those that are looking for employment. You know how you're going to get there now, or where you're directing your energy. Again, beginning of the month, you're maybe kind of strapped for cash or finding new ways of resources, being creative about how to bring that money in. Queen of Pentacles, dealing with practical, resourceful woman who has some realistic goals here. Could be yourself or someone around you. Knight of Pentacles, slower money, card of action, someone who's willing to do what it takes to bring about those resources. But you're really focused overall on your security and your stability for the month of April. And it's generally paramount at all times. Throughout all of these weeks here, this looks to be what you're focusing on. There's, a long-term commitment and stability to what it is that you're building. That you suffered some kind of a letdown or a feeling, that somebody maybe didn't hold up their end of the bargain, but you're really focused on bringing back your happiness in and around that work front area. So I feel you're really making some good contacts again this month, with the Kings and Queens, higher level energy. I think that a lot of you are skilled professionals, and you're also dealing with other skilled professionals, really networking with that group of people, building your resources up again. You could be making contact with more formal institutions or people that have the means to provide good advice and options for growth as well. Just some visionary ideas that are coming in here as well, and something that can be, turned into side income or an additional source of revenue for you is also prevalent. So there may be some new learning or developing, as I say, further of a skill. I don't feel like you're going cold with the learning. I feel this is developing existing skills, but either way, you'll be feeling better by the month's end on where things are headed all over. So that's what I have for you, Leo. Keep moving forward, and I will get your next month's reading out here as soon as I can. Meantime, be safe.